G'day, I'm Ian Thorne. Happy enough to be a lecturer, I suppose you call it, port lecturer on board here today. Okay, we're going through the, three fjords, as they are truly named, of Fjordland, three of many fjords. Starting with Dusky in the south here, and Breaksea, which are really connected through the Acheron Passage. Going into Dusky Sound, you've got Astronomer's Point, and that's one of the most significant historic sites in New Zealand. In Dusky, many different islands and branches, and it extends over 44 kilometres actually from the open sea to the head, the likes of at Supper Cove there. Resolution Island at the entrance to Dusky Sound, the largest island in the Fjordland. A very large island, Resolution Island, a very special island. I'm privileged enough that I'm actually working on Resolution at the moment. I go there about every 3 months. We have a project to control stoats and deer on the island. Well, I guess Captain Cook did the same journey in 1773. He spent actually 5 weeks in Dusky Sound. As you go south to north, it gets more spectacular, I suppose, higher. The peaks are higher up the northern end. Dusky is more, well, in relative terms, a rolling sort of country. We're going into Thompson Sound. We go in from the south into Doubtful Sound first. So we go in past Borza Island and Secretary Island, which is another very special island for the control of stoats and rats. The Department of Conservation's putting a lot of effort into clearing these islands, for making them predator-free, rat-free, stoat-free, deer-free and possum-free, so that these birds and other animals can, native animals can live happily on these islands and survive. Plenty of arms and little waterways to explore, and some people actually, in a yacht or motor launch, they spend months just touring around the various fjords. We've got First Arm and Crooked Arm and things like that. The mountain ranges that we see from in Doubtful Sound and through Thompson, it's one of my favourite areas actually of climbing. We're looking up at Mount Irene and Coronation Peak, and they're just under 2,000 metres. Got a bush line of around about 900 metres, 800 or 900 metres at the moment, where the actual bush peters out. You've got a scrub zone, and then above that you've got the tussock and alpine flowers, which is a wonderful area of the mountains of the South Island of New Zealand. I've lived in Fjordland all my life, and I'm very passionate about Fjordland. I guess I've become more conservation minded as I've grown up. I'm a keen tramper and climber, mountaineer, so that combines wonderfully with living in Fjordland for the mountainous region. Adventure of going into an area that there's no other people there, and you don't know whether a route will go, sort of thing, or you can climb there or do that. I actually lived at Doubtful Sound and Deco for 10 years and managed the area from there, which was a wonderful highlight of my life. The entrance to Milford Sound is very spectacular. It's not to be missed. Don't be in your cabin when we're going into Milford Sound. It's about 500 metres the entrance where we go in. We've got a corner to go through, and it's about a 500 metre gap there that we go through, and then it opens up into a very high U-shaped valley, very good indication of glaciation, a U-shaped valley. Milford Sound, spectacular because it is the highest area. Dusky Sound, you've got more rolling country, and up at Milford it's much more steep and higher. Just, yeah, very steep, rising right up from the sea and straight up to, yeah, over 5,000 feet. Stirling Falls, pretty spectacular when you're almost underneath it. Some of the smaller vessels actually go underneath Stirling Falls to put their bow right into it, and pretty spectacular. Once you get into Milford Sound, even on a huge vessel like this, you just got a sense of, I suppose, awe, and just the size of the place. It dwarfs even a vessel like this. Just the size of the cliffs, the height, the size of everything, just kind of makes everything smaller and just gives you a really good idea of the size of things. Further up we'll be looking at Mount Pembroke. Well, there's associated glacier up there, we can see glaciation. And we're looking straight into the, right at the head of Milford Sound at the Darren Mountains.